Welcome back, Dungeoneers. It's Sunday afternoon. And that can only mean one thing. It's time to play Dungeons and Dragons! You're watching Dice and Dungeons, and I'm here at the table with...
I'm David Wong. I play Finds the Taxbaxi Bardocrat. What? Do something with that.
Nicole Bates, and I play Sore Area, the changing Drew.
I'm Greg. I'm playing Wilson Ralph Football Fighter.
I'm Alexis Bates, and I didn't like any of that.
And if you didn't like that,
You can be sure
no, I'm doing it, Henry. If you didn't like that, you can find things you might like more on our Patreon at patreon.com/DiceandDungeons.
Yeah, I'm sure you would like a lot more.
Best way to support the show. There's some variety of content. You can find improv warm-ups, other skits we do, DM notes, all sorts of things. So check it out at patreon.com/DiceandDungeons.
Mm-hmm. And if you ever find yourself in Vinton, Iowa, that's a good
Who
thing.
would find themselves in Vinton, Iowa?
Well, I'm just saying it's a whole lot better. It's a whole lot better than being lost in Vinton, Iowa. If you find yourself in Vinton, Iowa, and you're wondering, why am I here? The answer is
To go to
the answer
Geekified.
is to go to Geekified, right?
Yeah.
What do they have there?
It's a tabletop gaming store. They have a variety of like games and magic cards and probably Pokemon cards and
Probably.
Well, let's say I'm a normal person and I'm not in Vinton, Iowa. Is there any way I can shop there?
you can check out their Facebook page.
Yeah, you could do that. You can do that on the internet, I hear.
What if I don't know how much money I want to spend?
Then
Just spend it all.
Just spend as much as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Buy responsibly.
From
Just
Geekified.
spend it all? That's...
After you go to our Patreon, of course.
Yeah, go there.
Whatever's left.
Whatever you have left.
Yeah.
Which won't be very much, but it's probably enough to buy some cards. And you can do that in a live
Like,
auction.
what else are you going to spend on? Eggs?
That joke may or may not have aged well. We don't know.
Oh, yeah.
These are recorded multiple months in advance
You
right
can
now.
always, but it doesn't matter. Eggs are timeless.
Yeah. Eggs have no expiration.
Do not believe that. I definitely
believe that.
have
This
an
is a
Dinosaurs,
date.
wages,
This is a humor joke
hundreds
thing.
and hundreds of millions of years ago, dinosaurs laid eggs.
And they're still around.
You know what? I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry.
Not.
You're the one who has the power to end
So
this.
what is it time for?
And I'm gonna. So, Dungeoneers, let's roll. Last week on Dice and Dungeons, Midnight Brunch found themselves entangled in a massive brawl between the Ulfstein Grotfels and the Tishiranoon. As the tensions between the two allies boiled over, it has ended in a bloody mess for both sides. Both Glenvie and the Forge have been felled, and Midnight Brunch et al. Are now faced with the task of escaping the tunnels. But do they have everyone with them? We rejoin them as the combat ends.
It was not fun being mostly dead, was it?
No. Why do you do that?
Oh man, that was pretty good. Let's do another combat. I feel great.
Yeah, you feel great because you were a sheep.
First thing I do is I use my changeling abilities to make it look like I'm not bruised and cut up. I make it look like myself, but not hurt.
An interesting idea. I'm only pausing because, and I mean, of course you can do that. I'm just realizing the way that they describe the ability of the changelings in the rules would like one could reason out that a changeling could just like heal themselves. Like,
I don't.
I'm not saying that should be it, but I
think
can
they specifically say you can't use it to like regenerate things or.
Yeah, they do specifically say that, but like healing from a bruise or something like that, you know, I can
it says
hear a rules
no
lawyer
game
argument.
Statistics change.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, like, I can hear a rules lawyer argument about certain things.
I'm intending to make it just look like I'm not beat up, but I'm still beat up on the inside.
Yeah. It's somehow just cosmetic.
Yeah.
So
It's like giving myself a tattoo.
Ulseth Relf, on the other hand, is beat up inside and outside.
Why are you so beat up, Ulsa?
Because I have been beat up.
Oh.
I have been beat up upon.
so
What is wrong with you?
Whole
Why
one
are
comes
you
up
not
to
beat
Soria. Hey, I mean, I thought you looked pretty rough there for a minute, but you look fine. Smack.
I fall over.
It's good to see you.
smack.
I just fall over.
Oh, you're not so fine, are you?
So when
Sorry.
Glenvy died, she exploded, right?
No.
It's been a while.
No.
Her body was laying there,
Uh-huh.
and one of these...
Goopa balls.
it wasn't a goopable, it was a blob.
It was a large
It was a big
blobbable.
blob of
Goo.
mercury
Bloppable.
with a couple of corpses hanging out of it, was headed toward her.
a floppy gloppy.
We don't know exactly what happened. We just know it was headed toward her, and then when
We got time
we
stopped.
got time stopped, when we unstopped,
She was
she
gone.
was gone, as was the goopy
All
blob.
right. So
Okay.
who's in the room?
As was the
with us?
Forge's body.
Well, I'm doing something.
Oh, you're doing.
I'm doing Since she's a corpse, does she count as an object?
She's not there
She's not
anymore.
here. You have like, what are you trying to do?
We have locate. Helen has locate object.
Oh, is Holwyn or is Glenvy's corpse considered an object per locate object?
Yeah. I'll allow it.
Assuming she's dead.
Oh, she's dead.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just saying like, if she was like brought back to life, she probably wouldn't be an object anymore.
Oh, she's dead. Yeah, she's dead right now. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Go. Let's have Helwyn cast locate object to see if the object of Glenvy's corpse is within 1,000 feet of us.
Okay. Holwyn pulls out a little scratch pad that they keep around for
Now,
note taking.
do note that lead blocks this. So if there's any lead, okay.
They write down Glenvy's name on a little slip of paper, tear it off.
that's
It's
a
always the
disgusting
least
way of
pleasant
doing a
part.
spell.
You eat paper?
The material
Don't you get sick when you
components
do
say
that?
it's a forked twig. You should eat this.
Is this whole session just going to be making Helwyn eat weird things?
That could be interesting.
Apparently is now. I was trying to give an interesting,
No, I know.
like, journalist take on
No,
it.
I like it.
Yeah,
I
that
just
was
thought
good.
it was funny to also make them eat it.
But you also had to eat a stick, too.
The material components are whatever you, the DM, want them to.
I know they are. That's why I did the joke I did. So we'll just
material
set this.
components are a big gulp.
We'll just set aside the whole stick part. But we're sticking with the eating a piece of paper part.
Okay.
Holton swallows uncomfortably.
Why'd you have to use the entire piece of paper?
I didn't. I just tore off the little end of it. And
It's over that far.
they're up there. The corpse, that is.
Up there?
Where's
Yeah.
it going?
How far?
Oh, it's like from where I'm standing right now. It's kind of over that way, about a quarter. So I'd say about a half mile.
Oh, that's a long.
How long is
No,
that?
about a quarter mile.
How long is that?
1,600 meters. No, 400. Yeah, 400 meters. Sorry, got the math in my head wrong. Forgot all the components.
Well, it's a range of 1,000 feet, so it must have got out of range just then.
How? I don't know these numbers.
They're over there.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
Good.
Should we go over and, like,
Let's
get it back?
I want to quickly assess who is in this room with us at this point, because,
Is that dude, like, still, like, trying to sneak past us?
I don't know if this map is active.
Well, I
the
know,
map
but that's why I'm
isn't
just pointing at the
active.
I'm locating the object.
So there are the Serpentis 6.
Let the DM tell me who's in the room with us.
Okay. I realize that there is the remnants of the map still sitting in front of everyone, and you're tempted to draw conclusions based on what remains on the map.
Oh, no, I just want to know if that one is here. Like, that particular person.
Anyway.
Are you talking about
Doris.
the one with the D, I think we named it Doris?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's still here.
Okay, all right. Who is in the room with us?
The four of you. Soloth. The Serpentis 6.
All 6 of them.
Yes. And Doris. Everything else in this room is dead or dying.
Should we do any mercy killings?
We don't have
They're
time.
suffering. They might get hit by a rock.
All right.
So
For the sake of YouTube, we're not doing that.
All right. So, Serpentis 6, you have a scroll, correct?
Yeah. Slaz comes up.
No, not Slime.
Of course.
So Slash comes up, you immediately walk to a different
Slaz keeps kind of stepping and like.
I want to hear from you or Grungs, okay? Both of you. No.
Grungs looks dejected. Well, I'm the spokesperson for the group, so you're gonna have to hear from me.
Give me your scroll.
Why would we give our scroll? We all needed to get back to the surface, don't we?
Well, yes, but we need to get back to the surface to use the scroll.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I thought it was our escape route out of here.
But Prayel, the divorcees, Sevens, Artemore, Sonara, they're all up there.
Slaz sort of reflects for a moment. It's true the divorcees aren't here.
They have their own scroll, but we don't know where Prayel is.
At this point, you see Soloth climbing the stairs out of here.
Soloth,
What?
where are you going?
I'm going to get the divorcees. I'm not
Okay.
leaving anyone
Well,
behind.
I know, but we're regrouping. We're gonna go together, right?
You can go however you need to. I need to find them.
All right, let's follow.
let's follow
Soloth.
Soloth. Yeah.
Doris, you want to come?
Who?
You.
Come on! As I use.
We just called you Doris because you had a D under your feet. I don't know what your real name is.
What? Why is there a D under my feet?
Don't worry about it right now. Just
You
come
don't
on.
worry about it. Come along with us.
Keeps moving with me as I move around. What?
Can I use persuasion to make them hurry up and join us?
Sure.
I got a 23.
So you're not gonna kill me?
Not right now. Come on.
Oh! I use deception.
Not right now.
Okay.
We're not gonna kill them.
No.
But I'm going to say no, we're not going to kill you.
I'm not
And it's going to be persuasion.
We were just fighting, so it seems like you might try to kill me. I was just trying to
Oh,
hide
I got a
back here.
34 on persuasion.
So you're not going to kill me?
I got a 34 on persuasion.
That didn't answer the question.
No, we're not going to kill you.
Not unless you attack us or something stupid.
Okay. I
You're not
won't.
going to attack us, are you?
No, I won't attack you.
Insight check.
Okay, sure.
25.
You don't think that they're going to attack you. They're pretty badly beat up, and you can see them bleeding through their armor, so...
As
do
we
you
head
like-
up the stairs, Doris, what's your real name?
Please tell
Oh,
me his doors.
I'm having a hard time remembering right now.
Wow. That's a very funny name.
I think I'm kind of in
long, too.
trouble.
You're in trouble? No, we're in a cave.
No, I can't remember my name.
Oh.
Oh, you have amnesia?
I think I really should, like, see a doctor or something.
I don't think there's cave doctors here. So let's head up.
Do you want to use your medicine?
Not while we're trying. We're trying
We're
to keep
trying to
up
keep
with
up with
Solaf
Solas, yeah.
when we're
Do
out
they
of
have like
danger.
do they have like a potion they can drink?
Just a potion.
Yeah, just,
Yeah.
Healing potion?
Yeah. They quaff a small potion.
That was
It seems
whiskey,
to-
wasn't it?
It seems to maybe stabilize him a little bit, but he's definitely got some head injuries.
So, you who are, can't seem to remember my name. Do you need assistance in walking?
I think I can walk.
Oh, good. Then stay with us.
We keep following Solaf.
Soloth makes his way up through the tunnels and follows the path back that you came this whole way on. Along the way, you see little remnants of skirmishes. There's dead Tashiranoon, dead Grotfells. Every 20, 30, 40 feet.
do they have any loot on them?
I mean, they all still have armor and weapons. No one's been looting them.
No, they have like bags where they keep like potions, spare gold. I don't think the Shiranoon would, but
I mean, not really, no.
They were all working.
Yeah, I mean, most of these people, most of the Grotfells are here, like, working, and then most of the Tashiranoon are soldiers. They aren't, like, carrying their cash around with them so much. They might have a
Good
little,
idea to
but
search.
not a ton. So, you make your way back through the tunnels, down the rail cart tracks that occasionally line the straighter segments. Do you bother to go back and check the group who was eating bacon that you smelled through your gas mask?
we should probably check to make sure they're not dying.
Or I think it's more important to see if the divorcees are there. But we have to be pretty quick because Solaf doesn't seem to be slowing down.
Soloth gets to that junction. And I'm assuming, based on your instructions thus far, that you tell him you're going to check in that room to see if the divorcees
Yeah.
might have had some sort of ambush or fight happen there.
Yes, we do that.
Soloth says he'll continue, and if you find them, just run after him.
Okay. So we check.
When you get in there, you see a few dead Tashiranoon and a couple dead Grotfells. Bacon is now burned,
I was wondering about the bacon.
Yeah, that's the most important part.
but no divorcees.
Any
Well,
food
then-
left behind here?
I said
Burnt
there's
bacon.
burnt bacon.
Burnt bacon.
Well, unburnt food.
There's a half-eaten egg sandwich.
I run after Solas and say,
Yeah.
everyone
eaten-
will come this way.
All the crust has been Like they kept rotating it and just biting the crust, so that all that remains now is like a middle part.
That's weird. Like, I've seen people ignore crust, and they're wrong to not eat the crust. But to eat only the crust? Which one of them did this? Okay, we stop what we're doing. We start investigating all of them.
You're going to speak with Dad to find out.
Catch up with Soloth.
Or you just look for the one with, like, the egg in their beard.
God.
Perception check. Can you find one with egg in their beard?
I've left already.
I'm running after Zoloth as well. Are the Serpentis 6 with us?
The Serpentis 6 stuck with Soloth.
Oh, they went, okay.
Oh, so when we get ambushed.
I think they figured that you all were safe, and maybe the one person might need more backup than the four.
Well, that would be true if two of us weren't mostly dead.
You can drink a potion.
So we had,
Soloth took some blows in the fight too.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
he got pretty beat up.
Yeah,
But he might be a higher level than us.
he actually isn't. Metagame, you are now the same level as he is.
What's he been doing the whole time? We've been leveling up, adventuring. Has he just been doing paperwork?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how you get high enough up in the military or a mercenary company, and then it just turns into paperwork.
We only have one. I was finding our operational guidelines, and all we have left is escape alive. So we should get on that.
Well, we continue to follow
Yeah,
Zoloth.
we catch up with Soloth if we can.
You make your way running back to Soloth, and you catch him just before you get into those sort of honeycomb-esque portion of the tunnels. They were all twisting and turning, and there were all these little hidey spots. Between all of you, you decide to check out the various portions. It delays you another 10 minutes or so,
Divorcees?
but you find nothing there.
Just calling out.
Eventually, you regroup to that checkpoint you passed through.
Is it still operational?
Well, the structures are still there, but
There's no checkers.
there's no checkers. And there's been quite a battle here.
Oh, because it was a choke point.
It looks like the Grotfels attempted to hold back the Tashiranoon for as long as they could.
But the Tashiranoon all had their IDs, so they were having
So,
hard
yeah,
time
they couldn't-
finding reasons to hold them.
Like, well, the ID checks out.
It just checks out.
Yeah. And there's a fair number of dead Grotfels and Tashiranoon. You continue a ways down, checking out various other forks.
Holwyn, are we getting closer, by the way?
Oh, yeah, we're closer now.
Okay.
Well, for a while there, I couldn't even sense it, but it doesn't look like it's moved.
That's a plus. That means it's not alive. Or like animated.
Maybe, or it's just resting.
Yeah, maybe he got tired.
So we keep going.
You make your way all the way through the tunnels until you arrive at that motor pool where all the mechanics.
With the big drills.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that guy still complaining about everything?
Well, you can't hear it over the din of explosions, sword clashing, and yelling, but it's a safe bet, yeah.
So there's an active fight happening.
There's an active fight in there. You haven't been seen, you can't see anything, but you can hear it around the corner. What do you want to do?
Wait, what does Zoloth do?
Yeah, we're kind of up to what he's doing.
Yeah, you're the
kind of
commander.
following.
You're commander.
If Zoloth would like some advice, I think Yuhor is Zoloth.
Would you like advice? Here's the advice.
It is. There are sounds of battles ahead. What is it that we should do?
I don't know about you all, but I need to keep my neck out of combat as much as I can. I'm not up to snuff right now.
What if the divorcees are in there?
We'll do our best to get them out, but we should try to avoid getting entangled too much. If we can sneak past or provide support in some way, I think we should do it. But let's try to figure out what the situation is before we go charging in.
You are Zoria.
Yeah.
Do you have that pass without trace spell yet, or have you?
Yeah, I
used it
can
up?
use. No, that's just a staff thing. I'll use that.
Do we have any way to...
Wait, how many people does it work up to? Because we never had to worry about that before.
I think it's just an area around me. It's
Okay.
any creature within 30 feet of me that I choose.
So you could do everybody?
I do everyone as long as they're 30 feet within 30 feet.
He said plus 10.
Plus 10 to stealth.
Okay. So this is what Ulseth is proposing. Should I do it as Ulseth or just
Yeah.
tell you?
No.
So
It's you have to do it as also.
you who are the party,
Yeah. There's several parties, but yeah.
yes. I am very good at sneaking, and
Yeah.
with pass without trace, I am
Pass
even
without
sneakier.
trace.
I can also be invisible. That is the one thing I have left that I have not used. So I'm going to suggest that I turn invisible, become as sneaky as I can, and take a quick peek about what is happening with the battle.
That's okay.
Yeah, go do that.
Okay.
We'll call it Operation Sneaky also.
That's a good name. It is very descriptive and accurate.
Yeah.
It's both descriptive and inaccurate.
Yes, that.
Operation Visible Zoria. Well, that's still accurate.
No, that's concentration. I can't give you guidance.
I mean, can't you give him guidance and then cast a spell?
No, because I
Oh.
dropped concentration on guidance.
Well, I'm not
Do you,
that.
know, do you even know how spells work?
No, I'm a bard. Bards don't need to know anything.
You're playing your character really well.
I have a -1 intelligence. As far as I know, spells work with like
I think
magic.
you mean you have 8 intelligence and you have a -1 modifier.
I'm pretty sure I said it right the first time.
Yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure you
plus
did
10 is
too.
better than +1 through 4. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, so
I'll
you are a plus
stick with
10.
that.
Plus
Like
my
they're
plus 10.
there's a fight going on. I'm pretty
So
sure
the
they're
least I
distracted.
can get is 21.
Sure. Let's see if you hit it.
I would love it if like he peeked around a corner, everyone stops fighting. He's like, "Is that Ulseth? Let's bury the hatchet."
22.
I got a 32,
Wow.
and I'm invisible.
For 6 seconds.
What do I see?
So, for just a brief moment, like half a second, you're so stealthy that the universe forgets that you exist.
Done.
And you
all the
and you just
time.
blip out of existence.
Why am I using this spell? I'm pass without a trace.
And then, before anyone really understands what happens, you come back. But you feel forever slightly more enlightened by the situation.
Oh. Does that mean my intelligence goes up?
Enlightening is bad. You want to be enshadowed.
Well, your intelligence was going to go up, but then that sentence was
You're
uttered.
welcome.
I didn't say that.
No, but you heard it, and unfortunately, that makes it worse.
Welcome.
No, it was never
The
going to...
DM almost forced you to change your stats against you. Well, I saved you.
I don't think Zoria.
Well, you were thinking, but after that, now you're not.
Okay. What
Don't
did
worry, I was never going to actually increase it. I was just trying to
I'm
play
not
the
worried about that.
dramatics.
I was just asking. Just, sometimes you can get things if you ask.
I was
Like a
contemplating
buletic.
giving you something kind of cool. So, you know what?
A buletic.
For the next 24 hours, you have a +10 to your stealth.
That's in game time.
Yes, the next 24 hours of game time.
Like the
Another 10.
the pass without
plus my
traces.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on top of that. There.
On top of that, so I have a plus 30 bonus to start with.
Absolutely.
Oh, let's
If-
go rob a bank.
If you're, if you're within 30.
If I'm within, yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, let's use the scrolls to go straight to a bank and let's rob it. Let's do it right now.
I like that Nines, who's now like becoming well known, has a career, has
A career as an outlaw music.
Yes, I set fire to a mansion and then a concert in front of it.
you know. Fair point.
My
I
most
hadn't
famous
realized,
song,
yeah.
The Burning Builds.
Let the burning build. We don't even
So
care.
during this period of time when I was undetectable by anyone within at least this plane of existence, and maybe
Yeah.
other planes as well,
Yeah.
what did I observe?
You poke your head around the corner, and once you overcome your momentary disposition, you see a pitched battle going on. It looks like, roughly down the middle of this mechanic hall, they've erected impromptu barriers. Some of them are the drills. Some of them are just stacks of equipment and tools and supplies and shelves. But there's some sort of barrier roughly running down the middle of this room. On one side of it, you see a mix of Grotfells and Tashiranoon fighting and throwing projectiles and shooting arrows. Over at the other side,
Wait, they're together?
yes,
Okay.
over to the other side, where you see a couple Tashiranoon that are mostly just trying to deflect projectiles. They don't seem to be actively engaged, but a nice big group of Grotfell soldiers that all seem to be under the influence of your favorite silvery liquid. You also make out the unmistakable visage of one still unknown name, creepy ass doctor.
No, we need to kill that guy.
Scientist guy.
Ulseth is also able to catch a glimpse of that huge blob of silvery stuff
The one
that took Glinvy away.
That we assume took Glinvy away.
And that's kind of oozing, blobbing, like next to the doctor. And there's a group of 6 silvery guys holding up this sort of tube. And inside is the fairly mangled at this point corpse of Glinvy
In the
In
tube.
the tube.
in the tube.
How many silvery guys are there with the creepy doctor guy?
Oh,
Not counting the blob.
not counting the big blob. Probably about 3 dozen or so.
Oh, why?
It's a contingent.
Do you report this back?
No, I'm reporting it back. Yeah, and I asked Colwyn to confirm that that's the location of the object.
There's one last thing that I hadn't gotten to say yet.
Okay.
You see that the silver guys have sort of made a shield of themselves, protecting some sort of area. You think maybe it's a platform or something, but that doesn't seem quite right. There's these pylons that have been erected. They're about 6 feet tall. And you would think maybe there's like something they're standing on. They seem to be arranged in kind of a circle. And the scientist guy is working away at some console there. None of this makes sense to you. You can tell that none of this is anything to do with fervent technology. You're totally unfamiliar with anything that you see.
I want some other information. So one of the things I was looking for, is there a way out?
Through that room?
Yeah. So is there, when you say that there are barricades, are there barricades blocking the way out?
Well, there's only one way in and out,
Yeah.
and the barricades are not blocking it.
Okay.
So you could get into the room, and they all could get out of the room. However, it's pretty wide open in that point, and you see that you're not the first to have thought to just run away from that. And it looks like
they didn't get all the way through.
Anyone who's tried, it looks like their body's there. Now, maybe some people got away, but they're not here anymore.
Okay.
All right, so you have crazy stuff.
Nines.
So I report all of that back to everybody. Is Soloth still with us, I'm assuming?
Oh, yeah. Soloth is still with you.
Yeah.
All right, nines. Do you have inspiration? I have a plan.
Yes.
Can I have inspiration?
Uh,
As I cock my fervent rifle. Alright, I'm gonna peek around the corner and try and shoot the scientist in the head.
isn't this your first time using that?
Yeah.
Maybe we should have the elf.
No, I like this. I like
You mean
this. Yeah.
the human, Mr. Peacock?
Yeah. The Mr. Human.
Peacoat.
Peacoat?
Human Peacoat.
Human Peacoat, the one whose hands are covered with mayonnaise.
Oh, sorry. Mayo.
I have a quick question. Does anyone remember where I got this knockout gas?
Nope.
No.
I take the shot.
We're
What?
you know,
Here's the scene that just went on. Little recap for people. Ulseth turns invisible, goes and scouts, observes a melee. Whole bunch of stuff, crazy things. Glinvy's in a tube, creepy scientist guy is there, lots of silver and stuff. Comes back, describes that scene to you, and you go, gotta go shoot someone. Then Nines goes, hey, where'd I get this gas from? I don't remember.
After hitting a gong.
After hitting a gong, and then everyone just goes, I don't know. Soria fires a shot. That's the sequence of events.
yeah. You want us to replay it?
I mean, some of it was metagame, but if we just want to say nice, it's just like, where did I get this gas from?
Oh, it was with my gong.
Why do I have knockout gong?
What do I have to roll to shoot this scientist guy?
Good.
Really, yeah. Like a.
You've never fired a firearm before. Didn't you get this from the ocean?
No, I got it before it fell in the ocean. Wait, no, it did fall in the ocean.
Well, what could possibly go wrong? Let's find out.
Most people
I want to
test
shoot him in the head.
Most people test a gun before they shoot someone, I think.
I
guess I don't know.
Listen. Are any of you more qualified to shoot this?
Hillwin?
Owen's never shot a gun before.
Hillwin has an arrow.
That is not the same thing.
You
Not
can
at
shoot an
all
arrow at him,
thing.
though.
Well, yeah, but wait, you've already fired the shot.
I've already
like-
taken the shot. I'm just waiting to know what I have to roll.
So Nines is just back there like, why couldn't Owen shoot?
No,
You have to roll a
is still
D20.
wondering where the hell
I
this
add
gas came
anything?
from.
No, you don't know how to use this gun.
Can I add dexterity?
No, you have no idea what you're doing.
I feel like that would negate my proficiency, but my natural dexterity.
We've seen people use guns before in this.
Yeah, I understand the concept
Like-
of how to use it.
Zoria was obsessed with this for a while.
Yeah, for like 5 minutes.
That's
You can add your strength bonus.
Strength. Why?
because it's -1.
Do you still want to add your strength bonus?
You always get to add dexterity to ranged attacks.
Fine.
That +1 might help. Guidance.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's lose that passive out.
Everybody else is just startled, going,
Where the hell
you
did
just
Olsef come from?
you do turn off Pass Without Trace.
Yeah.
So you did not get a nat 20.
So
I didn't get a nat 20, but I didn't not get a bad roll.
So are we at like what, 11?
Did you roll your d10 for inspiration?
I did just now.
You want to use that super DM die I gave you?
Could. Should I?
Might as well. Where is it? Just use it. We're not gonna. You know you have DM inspiration too.
Oh yeah, how do I use my heroic inspiration? I have that. What is that?
Let's roll with advantage.
Oh, with advantage, okay.
Yeah.
That was a nat 20.
it is a nat 20.
Should I use the super god die?
Yes.
Okay. I'll put that aside so it doesn't confuse me. 35. Wait, 36. I get to add my dexterity.
That's the deal breaker right there.
Wait, no, that was 35. Never mind. That was with the dexterity.
Well, now we miss.
So, to all my dear ear watchers out there, you ever had that moment in life where you've given your players a gun?
I worked hard. I turned into a dolphin for that gun. Or a squid or something.
And you've given them DM inspiration. And you gave them a special die to use
They also have bardic
whenever they
inspiration.
can
You're welcome. What am I
to
giving?
just improve their rolls. And then you put some sort of like super evil psycho big bad guy in front of them, and you'd forgotten about the gun.
So what's the damage on this gun?
And
Well, it's a gun.
and then they fire that gun and they get a nat 20.
Plus other
And then
stuff.
they roll a lot more. They roll pretty well. And you find yourself sitting in front of a camera recording a show where you're 38 minutes after the cut, and you know you can't restart this and go, that's insane. I'm not gonna let you shoot the gun. And so, at just shy of 39 minutes, you're wondering what's gonna happen with the rest of the story now.
We came here for wet work.
Because it's a gun.
I don't know what the damage die is on this.
Okay. Didn't expect this.
I honestly
But
didn't
fine.
expect to roll this well either.
But fine. Here we go. Sometimes games don't go the way you think they're gonna go, so you go that way.
You know
or
what?
That way.
Oh.
Or that way, or that way. Or maybe that way.
So-
but we're gonna figure it out. So here's what's gonna happen.
Dungeon Mistress,
Yeah.
I need to remind you that this game has hardly ever gone the way you expected it to.
Also, I could roll like 3 damage, and he has like.
Do you know when you threw the Costerian flash grenade at the forge?
Yes, I do. I was very happy about that.
This is weirder. Okay.
It turned out okay. We got the hammer.
Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna describe this to you. Y'all, don't interject. We're now in what, if you were in a video game, would be a cinematic cutscene.
Oh,
Okay.
oh no! Everyone dies in those.
Okay. So, here we go. Olseth comes back from what he sees, reports this to Soria. Soria, and I am going to just interject a little bit on your characters here. Soria, realizing that quite some time ago now, she made a colossal mistake. I mean, a huge mistake. And it's been ruminating in her brain for months now. Because she had the opportunity to take out this absolute psychopath of a scientist. And she's been obsessing over this and going, what did we do? What did we do? This was actually the lunatic that, like, got my family involved in this, took members from a clan, has just ruined people's lives. He's created a monstrosity in this world, which is deeply offensive to your sense of nature and connection as a druid. And you, in your insane moment of resolve, whip out a gun. You never used it before, but you've seen the devastating power that it can bring. You load for the first time a shot into the chamber. You cock it. Olseth just finished describing this scene. Soloth is wondering what to do, what can go on, formulating a plan, calls together with everyone, says, here, gather up, guys. As you walk away, Nine's saying, hey, where did this gas come from? You turn the corner, set your sights on one person and one person only. You pull that trigger, a flash lets out, and you hear a mechanical whirring sound as this fervent rifle accelerates the mass of that pellet to near the speed of light. It goes boom! Yeah, you didn't realize these fervent guns were...
I only rolled 1 for damage, though.
Were actually rail guns.
They're rail guns.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
They're powered by, like, a micro-nuclear reactor. Just like all the fervent energy is.
That's how they work.
Yeah. It launches this pellet across the room, and you hear a poof. And you look as this raging battle is going on. The scene before you has the divorcees that you now see clearly fighting alongside Tashira Noon and Grotfels alike. They're throwing everything they have into this battle against these absolute abominations created by the very scientist you just loosed a shot towards. Glinvy's corpse hangs in some sort of fluid, slowly sloshing back and forth, utterly lifeless, but suspended in this viscous material. The silver creatures, the goopables, they've morphed themselves into even more twisted versions than you've ever encountered before, forming weapons of not just their arms, but of their whole bodies. They've turned themselves into siege weapons, basically, throwing their compatriots. They're splashing against the walls, oozing around as moving spike traps, sliding around on the floor, throwing themselves up at people. It's an absolute slaughter, and you have no idea what's going to happen. But when that round connects with the scientist, he turns ever so briefly to look towards you. And you see a dark red spot forming right in the middle of his forehead, as a crimson liquid drips out from the gaping hole left behind. It's quickly joined by a familiar silvery stream. His eyes begin to fill with that same liquid. He becomes stone-faced, limp. And before he falls, you see his hand slip down onto a large control panel. The pylons I had described begin to glow brightly. If Ulseth had seen this, you would have recognized fervent crystals for what they were, as they begin to emit energy.
I didn't see that.
They weren't active.
Oh, they weren't there.
They are at the top of these 6-foot pylons, and within half a second, a bright green flash bathes everything in light. And as your eyes adjust and your pupils recover, you see that the scientist, the tube with Glenvey, all the goopables, they're all gone. All that remains from that side of the field are a couple of Tashiranoon officers that are very clearly breathing their last. The other side has no idea what just happened. And many of them fall limp to the ground, clearly exhausted beyond measure. The divorcees, being battle-hardened, quickly respond to the change and begin administering aid to those around them.
The divorcees were in there.
Yes.
Oh, I missed that part.
No, you did. Yeah, they were fighting the Tashiranoon, the divorcees, and the Old State Godfellows were working together to try to fight back against the Goopables.
But you're so concentrated on just murder.
Love murder.
You love that gun. Like, you've
Very-
changed since you got that gun.
Very quickly,
So the
an
divorcees.
eerie silence sets over the room. There are still sounds of the crumbling caves around you. And your compatriots all turn to you, Soria.
What the hell was that?
I shot him in the head
How?
with the gun.
When did you learn how to use that?
I watched people and guessed.
There. Is he dead?
I don't know.
What? Soloff? What? Where'd they all go? What happened? There was some flash and now...
Did
What?
the pylons disappear as well?
Yes.
Okay.
No, the pylons did. So with my knowledge,
Well, you didn't see
You
that.
didn't see any of
didn't
it.
see
Oh,
it.
I'm the only one who saw that.
Oh, because we were around the corner.
Yeah. So,
Soria stepped out on her own and went pew.
yeah. So, okay, guys. I shot him in the head.
So he's dead now, right?
Who did you shoot in the head?
The scientist.
What scientist?
The guy who makes the goopables.
How do you know he makes the goopables? When
Because-
did this happen?
When we met him in Iron Vale.
You met him in Iron Vale?
Didn't you? You're bad at debriefing.
I didn't debrief you.
Well,
Yeah,
whoever
clearly.
did was bad at it. Whoever it was in Care Home, I think, who debriefed us.
The military?
Yeah, they're bad at it.
I'm not the military.
You're called a commander.
I mean, they pay me to do jobs,
Anyway.
but I'm not part of them.
There's a scientist. We don't know his name.
Nope.
He makes the goopables. He was on our kill list.
Optional quest.
I shot him in the head. I hit him right around this area.
That's usually a good area to hit him if you want to kill him.
Yeah. But then some blood was coming out. But then also goopable goo. And he looked at me and I looked at him and I think he knew that I'm the one who shot him. But
Was it
you know,
because you were holding a gun while looking at him?
that might have been a tell. What? So, I don't know if he's dead or if he was already gooped, or now he is dead but gooped. But he hit a button.
Mm.
There was like some pylons there. Ulseth will back me up on that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I did see pylons.
And it teleported them all. There were fervent crystals, and it teleported them.
Hmm. So based on this...
But I won. Because I shot him in the head.
Yes.
I was not expecting to do that.
Yeah.
Then why did you shoot at him?
Because I had to take... I had to try.
He had a 1 in 20 shot of hitting.
So
Just like everything else in this world.
Everything
1
in
in
this
20.
universe has a 5% chance of success.
based on my proficiency...
I want to be clear about this.
We don't use that rule.
We don't use that rule, but every once in a while, when you just do something really incredible, no matter how much it messes up the DM story, you just got to let it happen, because that's the game.
I mean, for all we know, he's like mastered the goopable stuff to this point where he's like effectively immortal.
Mm-hmm. For all we know.
You know?
But given Ulseth's proficiency in fervent tech, and having seen the pylons and listened to Zoria's description, does Ulseth have any idea what might have happened to make everything, including the pylons themselves, and I'm assuming the console and everything, go away?
No. I mean, other than you having a good idea that this would have been involving some sort of fervent technology.
Mm-hmm. Right. So through
You got
all of
no
my
idea.
studies, I have no knowledge of fervent tech being used to displace things, teleport them. This is something totally novel.
Yeah, you've only ever seen some just purely mechanical applications. You have seen these guns and other weapons that are augmenting the energy in different ways. But this is something you've only ever seen magic do.
Though we have
you got
heard of
no-
something like this.
I mean, you have scrolls that can do.
What have we heard?
Fervent disappeared.
Well, Fervent disappeared, yeah.
Yeah, but
Maybe
he
it
left a
disappeared.
huge crater behind him.
Well, what's over here, sir?
Yeah, is there anything to this that I go and look? Is it just...
Yeah, did it create like a Terminator, like...
Is there like a big
Crater there?
or
Yeah.
anything? It's just empty.
There's no naked scientist just like...
No.
Okay.
Nope. Nope.
Well, I hope he's dead and not even more monstrous now.
Should we just operate under the assumption that he's dead now?
I think that's safe.
So you who are Hoenn, can you detect the object still?
Oh, no. No, they're gone. All them, they're out of the range, so I'm guessing fairly far at this point. I wouldn't expect that, based on what you all described, that's a nearby teleportation thing. I'd imagine that they're someplace that we have no idea about.
And we had no time to cast Hunter's Mark on them. Because someone wanted to shoot their gun and derail the entire plot. And somehow it wasn't my fault this time.
You gonged me.
Don't make me an accessory to you derailing the
You
storyline.
were all my accessories to
And
this
so-
murder.
So also,
It's not murder if we did it for the right reasons.
Oh, okay.
So we see that have the Shiranun and Ulstein Grotfels stopped killing each other,
Did they resume killing each other?
or did they resume killing each other?
You mean the ones that were already fighting on the same side?
Yeah, the ones that were fighting together on the same side.
Yeah, they're not fighting anymore.
Okay.
Divorcees, how are you guys doing?
Where the hell have you all been?
We've been doing the job,
We killed 3 endgame bosses.
at least.
Wait, you killed him?
Okay, so we killed Glenveet. You saw her corpse, right?
That was Glinvy?
Yeah.
Emphasis on was.
Wow.
We might have just killed the scientist guy, maybe, unconfirmed.
You killed him? Is that what happened?
I mean, one of us shot him in the head.
We were all taking cover.
As you're saying it with a gun in your hands.
We were all taking cover. What happened?
Oh, someone shot him in the head with a gun.
Was it you?
Who's to say, really?
You're just like waving the gun around while you're saying that.
No, I put it away.
And
And he teleported
Why are you being
out.
coy about it?
Because, I don't know, now I feel like I screwed up the story.
So you're trying to trick the NPCs? You have to roll a deception check for that?
This is such an odd... This is definitely the player
I know.
exerting
No.
over Soria.
I shot him in the head with my gun that I have.
Wow, I didn't know you were such a crack shot.
I'm not.
Oh.
I'm very lucky.
Oh, I mean, hey, everyone can succeed in their own way, right?
No.
Anyway.
We killed the forge.
and I have acquired the hammer.
See if you can command these to Sharon.
I pull out the hammer. You who are the Tashiranoon,
Tell them you're their god now.
I don't think the Forge was their god.
do you recognize this hammer?
Yeah, I don't want to have anything to do with it anymore.
So they just
What?
walk out.
They're throwing down their weapons and they're like tending to wounds.
This army's not fun anymore.
I liked when we went camping and told ghost stories.
Well, I have acquired the Forge's hammer now.
Because we killed the forge, but his corpse also disappeared.
Good, I hope it stays disappeared.
Yeah, some time wizard got it.
They can do whatever they want. I don't care. I'm done. I don't want anything to do with this.
I'm talking to the divorcees.
Oh, I thought you were talking to the
No, we
Tashira.
were recapping with them.
The Sheriff Shanoon is just why are they listening to our private conversations?
Yeah, that's rude.
We all look at him until he gets self-conscious and leaves the conversation.
So you are the Tashiranoon. Yes.
He left.
Okay,
Now you're addressing.
you can have that conversation, but we need to do an order here. So let's finish recapping with the divorcees.
So the forge is dead. Glinvy's dead. Possibly the scientist is dead. I had a hit list, and I think they were all three on them.
How'd you go from we shouldn't murder
so-
anyone to I have a hit list?
Drovan is still on my hit list, though. He got away.
So we need to get everyone out of here.
Yeah, so we have 3 scrolls, but people up on the surface still.
Well, so if you can't tell, a lot of the Tashiranoon and Grotfels decided to, well, join us, basically. There was a bit of a revolt. I think some of it was a worker-led revolt, and then the Tashiranoon seemed to think it was kind of messed up what they were doing. It looks like some of them had got a conscience or something. I'm not sure. But they all started fighting on the same side, and they turned on their commanders. I mean, they're dead over there now.
Oh, did they have any good loot?
I don't know.
Oh, I go check.
Okay.
You can continue your conversation.
Yeah. So, I think mission complete, other than escaping. That's the last part of Operation Resistance.
A rumble goes through the cavern. Well, we don't have very long.
Yeah, we paid a guy to blow up the caves, so we should get out.
We need everyone to gather together close, because I think we can use these scrolls to get more than just us out of here, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to have the range.
But Prael and Ardamore and everyone are up on the surface still.
Well, yeah, I think the best thing we can do is get all of us out of here using 1 scroll, maybe 2, but we can basically only make it to the surface.
That is good, because that is where we want to go.
The one spellcaster divorcee is the one talking right now.
So we're going to use one of the 3 scrolls to get everyone up to the surface.
Typically when teleportation magic is written down like this, it has a certain amount of potency that can be expended. Usually that's used for range. sometimes it can be used to transport a lot at once, but the more people you transport, the less potent it is for distance. It's only got so much power to expend. So, I think one of these, because Dole made these pretty potent, I think one of them could get us all up to the surface, but basically no further than that. We're already going to be taxing them to their limits. So, one of us needs to be ready with another scroll. So you'll stand out on the edge. The closer to the casting center you are, the more likely you are to get moved. And if it runs out, we'll have one person on the edge that will still have a scroll to help anyone out.
Okay, so who all are we taking?
Well, everyone here.
Okay.
I would feel pretty bad if we left them behind. They all just decided to risk their lives and fight back against the people we were hired to take down. So, I feel like we're on the same side now.
You agree?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We are in agreement. Zolas, are you in agreement?
Well, not exactly how I pictured this whole thing going, but there we are.
So who else has a scroll?
We have one.
I know. And
Serpentis 6.
the Serpentis 6. Will we stand to the edges, or do you want them to stand?
Oh, we can stand on the edge.
Sure.
Okay.
We stand on the edge.
Okay.
Oh, did I find any
We'll
loot
stand.
in the corpses?
Yes, we'll come back to that a little bit later. Because you basically just go through them, grab anything that looks valuable, and then carry it back in a little pile. Now, you were saying something to the Tashiranoon.
Yes. But we can continue this conversation when we achieve.
Well, you were having that while I was talking to the...
Yes. You who are the Tashiranoon, we will need perhaps to acquire a boat. And I guess to put it indelicately, there are many fewer of you now, so you may have an empty boat that you may let us have.
It's kind of a messed up way of saying it, but yeah, that's fine. I don't care.
We have gotten a boat.
Do we know how to use the boat?
We've been on
we have
so
been
many
on
boats.
So many boats.
We've seen a lot of boats.
We have
And as far
taken
as I can
sailing
tell-
lessons.
I don't think you learn boating through osmosis.
I learned shooting through osmosis.
Yes, we now have a boat.
I got shot at enough
Sure.
times with this gun to learn how to use it.
But you didn't get hit by enough boats to know how to.
I've fallen on a lot of boats.
Well,
You didn't
who
fall
are-
on boats.
this
You
is
fell off
why-
of boats.
You who are the party.
This is why whenever, like, if something goes wrong in the cockpit, they always ask, hey, is there anyone who's flown a lot on flights in here? Is there like a diamond medallion? Maybe a 360 member?
I've been on Frontier a lot.
That's what they ask. Because you have a lot of experience in the air.
Yes.
You've been on it a lot. You know, you know how it works.
So as the cavern is crumbling around us, we continue to discuss
Well, we're talking.
whether
They're
or not,
prepping the circle.
whether or not we know how to sail a boat.
They're preparing we're just killing time while they prepare the spell.
Once everyone's gathered together in as tight of a circle as possible.
Except for
We're
Zorio,
like-
who's right on the edge.
We're like
Yeah.
those penguins.
Yeah, your little penguin huddle.
We have our arms down tight against each other. We're
very close.
It's getting quite warm.
Wait, let's say it again. We're very 1, 2, 3. We're very close. Okay.
The divorcees start reading from the scroll, and before very long, there's a bright flash, and we'll find out if they made it out after we come back from break. So, we'll be back in a few minutes. See you then. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed getting a snack using the.
I did enjoy indoor plumbing.
It's a long story. If you want to know what it is, put some comments in the YouTube video, and you might hear about it. When we left off, you all had just activated one of the teleportation scrolls.
No, we didn't.
Yeah,
Someone
Well,
divorced.
the whole group. It was a group effort.
Did we like link hands so we could like try to like tighten the circle up?
We were
Yeah.
close.
We were penguins, remember?
Yeah.
But penguins have their hand. They can't hold hands.
No, they.
they
Penguins have a very lonely existence. With
They can
mates for
touch
life.
flippers, but just sort of like gently. So you were doing that, and there was a bright flash. Anyone want to take a guess as to what's up next?
The surface.
We landed on the surface.
Everyone else, we're alone outside of the circle.
in the mess tent, and they're serving a buffet.
They didn't specify what surface, and we're on the moon.
We're moon.
No,
pilots.
you're back up top.
Okay.
Everything went fine, actually.
All of us are here?
Yeah, the scroll worked. It looked like
Even Doris.
yeah. Doris is here.
Nice.
What are they doing?
Where's your tail?
He's just like
It was in my pants. I didn't want to lose it.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Oh.
Wait, is Artemore
I
back?
hope you had fun.
What are you so...
Indignant about.
It was terrible up here.
Why?
Do you know they had no clams,
It's
Yes!
a desert.
no sea urchins?
Do they have
Wait.
desert urchins?
I'm guessing Artemore is present when we appear?
yeah.
Or is
I mean,
Olsef just like having a nervous breakdown? He's like pulled out his Artemore puppet.
Did you ever try to open a can of sardines on your belly with a rock?
Yes.
In the middle of a cave.
How did it go? Did you have fun?
Yeah, a little.
It was novel when you did it.
Well, I hope you enjoyed yourself because I had a terrible time.
I almost died.
Did you have fun?
Yes, I barely got hurt at all.
Okay.
It's a sea urchin. I can make a sea urchin, right? With a knife.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I do that.
Oh, thank you. I like you.
You've always liked me.
So...
Where are you going? Why didn't you follow up with that?
Okay.
Preal
So-
runs up. Did everyone make it out?
We start counting, but we all are doing it individually.
Yeah. we come up with the same
I got
number.
7.
15?
All
15?
16.
16.
I deactivate the brooch of number numbing.
7.
16.
I say the right number.
it's 15.
Oh, 15 plus all these other folks.
Oh,
there's-
yes.
The Serpent is 6.
That's
The
7.
4 of you.
That's
The 4
10.
divorcees.
It's 14.
And Soloth.
So,
And
Doris.
Doris.
Is Doris part of the group now?
We ask.
We were asking how many came up, but we didn't ever get a count
I
of
thought-
all of the
Yeah,
other
we were bringing up to Shiranoon and stuff, right?
Holstein Grotfelds.
Preal was asking about like you all, like the groups that went down.
We
like,
got pretty close when we teleported, so we feel like they're part of the group now. We held hands.
They're scent marked.
You guys are the weirdest people to try to reason with sometimes.
We killed so many people down there, Freya.
Oh,
I started a cult.
Soloth, dear, I need to talk with you. Come on. Yeah.
You know we're mercenaries, right? Like, you're married to a mercenary who kills people, right?
There's a difference between mercenary and psychopaths.
We were hired to kill
Mercenaries are professionals.
So,
Which is why we made
It's
that
not
call.
illegal if you're paid to do it.
You Horizoria, did we complete every step of our plan?
No, well, it depends. So, we'd had to teleport out alive, but presumably not just to the surface.
So, as you're standing on the surface, everyone's sort of regrouping. A lot of the Grotfels and the Tashiranoon are actually helping each other limp over to walls to lean up against. Some are trying to find some medical tents. A few of them are making their way back towards the Tashiranoon camp. The sun is now up. It's bright light of day at the moment. The camp is not very lively, the Tashiranoon camp. It's got a few people. Looks like just sort of guards to make sure that, no one was stealing stuff. That was about it.
Are all the ships still there?
Yeah. Did you expect them not to be?
I mean, one of them ran off, so I don't know if they grabbed a bunch of people and yeeted off. So I guess kind of expected one of them to be gone.
Oh, well. I mean, I'm assuming you're talking about the hand, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I
if
know
you
he
can...
teleport, but I don't know if he wanted to have more people.
Didn't seem like him. You have no idea where he is now.
Oh, Prael, did you see... Does he know what the hell it looks like? Did you see a tabaxi in a blue robe emerge from the
You're
temple?
gonna have to be more specific than that.
How many
Wizard,
tabaxis with blue robes?
wizard looks like a staff he might have dropped and broke a few times.
I don't remember anyone like that.
Okay.
You could have seen them yesterday or maybe tomorrow.
Can you show me what it looks like?
Yeah, I just turned into Drovan.
God, I was really hoping you were going to draw a picture.
I draw a real bad picture of a cat.
That's what I
Why is there a
expected
speech
the
bubble?
response to be, and then you just did it. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I'll turn into Drovan.
I haven't seen anyone that looks like him.
Okay, well, you might see him in your past.
What?
So,
Well,
As you are talking, there's a shake. A rumble moves through the ground. You then see the sands mostly behind the temple grounds, start to collapse downwards.
hey,
And then you see more sands around the side also collapsing downwards.
so that was step 8 of our operation, massive explosion.
Isn't this more of an implosion?
I don't know.
Do we know the difference? Do I know the difference?
That means we've completed operation.
None of you would actually know the difference between an explosion and an implosion, your characters.
Okay.
That means we've completed Operation Resistance.
We all high five each other.
Okay.
What? Wait, what about me? Okay.
Okay. Prael, where's Sevens?
Back in the tent.
I'll go to get Sevens.
Sevens is in the middle of eating a rather charred leg of something.
Yeah.
Just sort of.
Sevens. This is your sibling, Tens.
The egg.
Yeah. You can't eat it.
I think you need the flute thing.
Harmonica.
Yeah, the harmonica.
Yeah, I
It's a
know.
type of flute.
I pick up Sevens and walk back.
Okay.
Wait, how big is
Sevens is just chewing on the bone.
so is there like
Do I have to call that one tens and then your egg sevens?
so is this
now?
like a big crater forming or something? Are we in danger of being engulfed in it?
No,
That's a good question.
the tunnels mostly went out away from the city and looped back a little bit. you're seeing the sands collapse down, but it looks like it's avoiding getting into the town.
Is the Cave of Wonders going to pop up? From Aladdin?
Oh, no. That's in another desert.
So
We went to the wrong desert again.
And none of you are a diamond in the rough.
For some reason, this place seems geologically unstable. Soloth, should we leave?
You mean the bombs that collapsed everything down there?
We don't know what caused it.
We don't even know if it's an implosion or an explosion.
Yeah,
What's the difference?
we don't know.
I don't know. I don't
know
have
either.
intelligence high enough to know.
I do, but I don't care enough to know.
It's like an implosion, like some sort of like vacuum thing. Because like an X goes out.
I think it's just the direction of the pressure wave.
I'm not really sure. Anyway,
So who do you think would be able to tell us?
I don't think it's important. Let's not get hung up on an explosion versus an implosion.
Is there a library around here?
No,
There was.
but it exploded.
Or did it implode?
So anyway, Soloth, we've completed the mission, right?
I have acquired a boat.
What?
Why is it your boat? Why
have
not
acquired a
our
boat.
boat?
What's its name?
It might already have a name.
We can pick any one that we want down there.
But we have 2 scrolls left.
Yeah, and we can save one of them.
Yeah. So Soloth,
Yeah.
do we want to teleport home?
I think so. I'm not sure what more good we can do here.
We did all the good we could. We blew up even more of this city.
Well, I mean, I suppose that was a little not so great, but it did take out pretty much the entire reason that the Grotfellows were here.
Yeah, the rescue and recovery.
And we also eliminated, it looks like, a large chunk of the Tashira Noon. And we killed, I hope, one of their leaders. So those are all good things.
Yeah, we're very good at this job.
Soloth says murder's okay.
I wonder if we will get a bonus.
Yeah, did we get a promotion?
I mean, I think that's... We got paid for the job.
But we did a good job. Like a really good job.
Like an outstanding
What
job.
about
We had a
hazard?
bonus. We did
I mean, our entire pay is hazard pay. It's literally our entire payment
Didn't
structure.
tell me I was going to be fighting things.
We're mercenaries. I think it's in the footnotes.
Oh.
an asterisk thing.
So, okay, so these scrolls, you said that they have limited range based on how many people are in it.
I don't know how they work.
Oh, I gotta talk to the divorcee wizard.
You can just, you can talk to Dole again.
Oh, right. Don't.
Yes, Soria?
I don't.
Hello.
What are you up to?
What do you... I'm working, I guess. That's,
Have you been doing interdimensional things?
Did you put on speaker or are we just shouting at you?
You're just shouting.
No,
Shouting.
Actually, I've just been reconciling business expenses.
Oh,
He's been reconciling business expenses.
accounting. Like you do.
Wait, expenses or impenses?
What?
Don't worry about it. We don't know what the difference is between an explosion and implosion.
Do you know the difference?
No.
It's unknowable. It's
Insight.
I don't think I
check.
do.
Oh,
My
no.
expertise lies in dimensional studies,
so anyway,
not in
Explosions.
Implosions?
various forms
Physics.
of explosions. Anyway, we used one scroll to get a bunch of people to the surface before it all collapsed, which was good. And we
We
have,
saved lives.
well, we were next to people who saved lives.
I think we just got a net zero, so it balanced out.
Yeah. Okay, so the Forge is dead, Glenby's dead, and maybe the scientist guy's dead.
Okay.
How many people can we teleport with 2 scrolls? How far can we go with that? Because we teleported a whole lot of people and we're only able to get up to the surface.
I think you should be able to make it home with that.
Okay.
I think there's enough magic within them to
Yeah, we have like 7
get you
people.
back. I'm assuming that
Well,
home for you is Glendring.
Is that our home now?
Where do we have our house?
Glendring.
That's
well,
in the
it's
city of Drogmara.
Drogmara. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not entirely certain if it will get you all the way to Drogmara. It should,
Is
but
there any risk we'll teleport like miles up into the sky?
no.
Oh,
We have Featherfall.
well, you have Featherfall.
It works on everybody.
If you choose to let it.
What do you think I'm gonna do to you?
So
I can turn into a bird, it's fine.
So it's just old Sephi's screwed.
So are you not counting the divorcees and the Serpentis?
I counted them. There's Serpentis 6, Divorcees, you, me, 9s, Ardamore.
You pointed to me twice.
7s. That's 7 things. What? What?
You are not good at that accounting. So there are 6, 10.
Can you be so
Whoa.
bad at math that if I turn the brooch of number numbing on, you
16.
get good at math?
I don't-
Kind of like Gandhi does with
17,
nuclear
18.
explosions.
Like
Honker
an
count as
overflow
one?
error.
Yeah.
Does Where is Honker? Where's Honker? Was he down there still?
I put
Was
the staff into my bag of holding.
Honker was Honker still down there, 9?
So you who
Seems
are
fine.
Okay.
you who are dull, if you can hear me without the speaker on.
I'm sorry, Dole. I gotta go. I have to find Honker.
Okay, you hang up on Dole.
We
Can we
have
just teleport to Dole?
Maybe. We have to arrange a search party though.
It's going to be a party.
Honker,
Maybe Honker went home already.
why are you not freaked out? Honker is missing.
Honker's a hologram.
Honker's an illusion.
What do you think a hologram is?
I don't know. It's a made-up word.
All words are made up. That's how bards make their money. They just make
So
words
last
up.
we have a missing member.
Who? Who's missing?
Honker,
Honkert
the goose bard.
is the illusionary goosebard.
Remember?
Arda?
The self-aware illusionary goose bard?
Yes,
Yes.
he's missing. He might have been buried underground.
What? He's an illusion. He's
What?
gonna be fine.
But he's attached to a stick.
Do you have the stick?
No.
Do you have the stick?
No.
See?
Oh, I got a nat 20 on my deception.
9s, do you have the stick?
No.
See? All right. I'm going to use one of the scrolls to
Do I
go
have to
back
roll
down.
again?
No.
I'm going to use one of the scrolls to go back down and look for Honker. So,
Oh my! I pull out the stick
what?
and I activate Honker. I don't know how I do that. I guess I just tap on it. Maybe
You just go.
I shave in a haircut on the gem.
Honk, honk.
Oh, kids. Hello. Oh, you caught me while I was eating.
You don't eat! You're an illusion.
I can pretend that I'm eating.
Honker, we were scared. We thought we lost you.
Illusionary food tastes just as good as real food does to you, to illusions.
Insight check.
Honker would never lie to us.
Why did I get a happy cat face on that one? I got a 31.
Doesn't seem to be lying.
Honker would never lie to us.
Is that true?
He likes you. As far as you know.
Honker, lie to me.
thank
You are a human.
I guess he can't lie to us. So we can never trust him again.
So you who are 9s.
Do you like mayo?
Do you like mayo?
I look at my knife. I look at the empty jar of mayo. I don't know where it came from. I just I think there's humans in this
Don't
cat.
you have an object that can create mayo?
I have 2 objects that can create mayo. Because we determined that the knife can make condiments.
Yeah, I remember we determined that simple condiments could be made.
Okay, Honkert's here.
Were you worried that I wasn't?
Yeah, we thought you were caught in the blast.
The what?
The implosion explosion.
See that new crater over there?
Yeah.
The big life-defying fight we had underground? You were with us alongside us the whole way, right?
I was inside my crystal.
Oh.
I didn't really get to see any of it. I'm so sorry. I was working on a new poem.
Can I hear it?
Oh, yes.
Well, it's not done yet.
Oh, can we hear the part that is done?
Maestro,
What?
would you mind striking an A chord for me?
Go on.
I didn't tune this thing yet. It was a whole adventure.
That's okay.
Oh,
if
that's
you heard
fine.
Honker sing.
Even if it's a bit off key, I shall survive. Yes, go ahead. There once was a goose. That's all I've got.
Oh.
Well, that's
Nice.
a good start, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe that the story is very open to interpretation still, and we have a lot left to explore. I'm looking for. It's been a.
Is there like an off switch on the cane?
No,
Not anymore.
You explicitly disabled that.
All right, so we have to teleport.
So just
Well, how do we
thinking
get our
there's
boat?
going to be this
What?
very
How do we get
interesting
our
story
boat
about
then?
the
What boat?
goose is any
His
in
boat.
love.
I have a
and
boat.
then
Why?
There's going to be maybe kind of like a
In order to
beeline
get
that
to where
goes
we are
throughout,
going.
but They get
With
dealing
the
with the problems with
teleportation
his
scroll?
mother.
Well,
Because
I thought those would
something's
all be
very
used
related
as a
to me
backup
and
plan. I had
everyone
acquired a boat.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't think some guy telling you, sure, take the boat is the same as acquiring a boat.
How is it different?
To explore
Well, I think there's like a deed involved in the boat.
the human psyche.
He said I could have a boat.
Yeah, things like
Let's go take a look at the boat then.
No,
there
we
any-
have to teleport home.
Is there any reason why
we
we
have
can't
plenty of
that boat?
time.
He was.
fishing,
Fine.
We go look at the boat.
catching butterflies.
We go to look at the boat.
Auger
And,
Bricks,
you know,
we're
that's-
moving on with the plot.
That's why I imagine that.
So,
So
The boat.
let's describe the boat to ourselves.
I put the cane back in the bag of holding.
you start to hear muffled.
Does it come out as like it's a bag of vomit out the sound? Just
No.
so it's a little gargled,
Yeah.
like half a chicken comes out of it.
But because it's a dimensional like space, it can't project Honkert through. So Honkert, basically once the crystal goes in there, Honkert's kind of in that space.
all right. So we go look at Ulsa's boat.
How many boats are there down there? There's
Yeah, how
like
many
6
boats
or
is-
7, aren't there? At least.
Well, there's 3 to Shiranun.
Boat.
The ones you came on left.
No, I mean the Tashirnun boats.
3,
Just 3. Are they all the same?
more or less. Yeah.
Okay. Do they all look like they're in the same state of repair and ready to go?
Are there,
Yeah, they don't look like they're like Tashiranoon boats. It looks like boats that the Tashiranoon took over.
Are there any Tashiranoon here?
Looks like there's a couple on each ship, just sort of keeping watch.
Hey, which boat was the hand on?
Who are you?
You're the Forge?
I am holding the Forge's hammer.
You could
we
just
were
turn
promised during
Into
the battle.
the forge and hold the hammer.
He has the hammer.
I'm holding the Forge's hammer. That's great. That's basically like saying, I'm wearing your boss's uniform.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I take that.
I'm
Fine.
just pointing out how
Fine.
absurd that is.
What
So
I
are
would-
you gonna be like, no, the forge is over there, and you're
Wait,
just gonna turn around
if
the
you
corner?
really want to do this, I'll have turned into the Forge and been carrying the hammer.
We go to the other boat, the one that doesn't see us.
Yeah.
The one that doesn't give us a hard
We
time.
just go to the next boat after I transform.
We're gonna we're gonna pause here for just a minute. Just here's a timeout flag because I feel the need to point out that the vast majority of the Tashira force went down in a cave
And didn't come back.
and most of them are not here. And then the ones that are back from that, they're limping back in, helping their friends or are being helped by Ulfstein Grotfels. And we're talking like 2 random guards on a ship.
Oh, so we can beat them up.
And your approach is... This is all metagame. Your approach is to turn into the forge.
Listen, this is the thing.
I'm having a
Ulseth
hard
wants.
time understanding the motivations here.
This is
Fine.
Ulseth's thing.
Wants
It's
the
his
boat.
side quest. He likes the boats. That's all I got.
So
I was just gonna teleport out.
Okay, so what do you want the boat for?
We don't know. I was gonna go find the one the hand was on, maybe, and see if he left anything behind.
yeah, we would search the boats.
So I was gonna ask him which ship the hand was on, in order to see if there were documents or something. If we're doing a boat side quest all of a sudden.
I would just like to remind you that you don't know the status of the boats at all. We're all having a metagame conversation here.
Yeah.
Because in real life, the reason that we do a lot of our advanced recordings is because we have other obligations in our life that sometimes interfere with our recording schedule. So sometimes we'll like double up on a recording for a couple weeks because we need to like not record. It's been more than a month since our last session. So might have forgotten that there's a tent where the forge and the hand like literally had a whole bunch of like books and stuff that
stole
they
a lot of
brought.
that.
Yeah, when you
Stole a
stole
lot.
a bunch and we had this whole like Melchior salad side quest happening.
Yeah.
You
So
never know what might have been
if-
left
and Helen
behind.
got us
you're
all
that.
actually interested in finding that
Instead
stuff,
of a boat, how would you feel about a tent?
We
it's
have
like-
a tent.
No,
because I'm
but
trying to help just like guide what your
I
goals
did
here
forget
are.
about the tent. That was Operation Ratatouille, I believe. When we spied on them.
Okay. If you insist, I will give up on the boat, even though I did acquire one. And
You
we
can
can.
tell people you own a boat.
I can do that. Yes.
Wait,
Let
you
us
can
go
just
back.
do that?
We'll search.
Like I can just tell people I own a boat and they have to believe me?
Maybe, depending on how you roll.
Just complain
Hi
about how
guys, I own a boat.
So let
Shit.
us go back and search the tent.
Yeah.
ship.
Ah, that's my mistake.
We
If
had.
all you gotta do is just complain about how much it costs, everyone will believe you.
Let's head to the hand's tent.
Okay. So
There might be a boat.
I don't want to like just disregard the boat. What was the goal with the boat? What was
He
the?
just wants a boat.
You just want a boat.
Last time we acquired a boat, some guy cut the ropes off and we didn't get to keep it.
We could teleport, but he wants a boat. Is what it is.
He can pay
Also,
someone to take the boat
Ralph.
to our house.
Thinking about getting back home,
Yeah.
knowing that there were boats available, wanted to assure that there was a means of transportation, and so got the assurance that we could take one of the boats.
From
Got
some
it.
random guy.
Got it.
Now, Dole told us that probably, maybe, we could at least teleport most of us somewhere close to where we wanted to go.
Yeah. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. It's been a while since we played, and it's easy, especially after a long day, because it's been a very busy day in real life again. That we're all on the same page, all the same goals. So it looks like we're getting
So-
everyone back onto the same track.
What Ulseth
It's not a train, it's a
what
boat.
Ulseth Ralph would like to do is to find out if there is any information that would help him learn how to use the hammer to repair his armor.
That might be in the forge's tent.
Yeah. So that's what we want to do, is I want to search the Forge's tent for that sort of thing. And we probably should also look to see if there's any clues in the hand's tent about where he might be and what he's up to.
Okay.
So we'll do some searching.
So, the disorganization of the Tishiranun camp means that no one is questioning you. It becomes clear within just a few minutes that their entire operation has been not only a failure, but an abject disaster for everyone involved. No one tries to stop you from going into the tent.
Not even Phil?
Not even Phil.
Not even. Wow.
Which one do you want to go in first?
Phil.
Let's look at the Forge's tent.
Okay. The Forge's tent is one of luxury. It has a nice thick pile rug. Big. Fills almost the entire tent. There's a full bed. Not just a bedroll, cot, hammock, nothing like that. No, a full bed.
You don't do that.
Including fur blankets, linens. There's several bottles of wine. Nice wine.
How valuable.
Oh, quite. You're not even sure how valuable, but you can just tell this looks old.
How many bottles?
And given the longevity of an elf, aging and preservation of wine takes on a little bit more of a dimensionality.
How many bottles do I get as I shove them in my bag?
Oh, for a thorough search, you find 10 bottles of various wines.
Any Chateau de ethanol?
There is no Chateau de Ethanol.
Not.
No.
No.
No. That's, at best, considered a cleaning agent.
Oh, we checked the cleaning closet.
There is a bottle there.
Alright, I grab the wine then.
You also find several very comfortable chairs, ottomans, table to eat at.
Do you want to refurnish your tent?
Is there a table to read at?
This looks like you have to rough it here.
Use the
Table
same
has to be two-purpose.
How about a table to draw at?
Oh, there's no table to draw, but there is a whole like sketching like station with an easel and everything.
Oh, what are they sketching?
They were in the middle of sketching what seemed to be themselves.
No.
Yeah, it's just
Pretty hard.
looks like there's a picture of the forge that perhaps the forge was working on. Maybe the forge was like posing for someone to sketch. It's unclear.
Wait, do they have like armor or weapon drawing schematics?
Schematics?
Yeah, well, he's a forge. He would make design weapons, wouldn't he?
No.
Us.
Now, I'm not saying that you're wrong with your conclusion. I'm saying that there's nothing like that here. The longer that you're in here, the more that you see the only things that he took with him and kept in his own tent are just creature comforts.
So there's
Well, we'll
no-
just check his house later. Nothing bad happened to it, right?
So there's nothing there. There's no little manual, handwritten manual that says
Here's how to attune to the
how
hammer.
do you get attuned to the hammer and use it.
Dear person who shall take over my possessions after my inevitable demise, presumably a grisly death during combat, here are instructions after you have pilfered all of
Oh,
my
we are
gear.
very lucky to find that.
Yeah.
I take it.
One must take 1 quart of plum juice. And then pour it over your head. Step 2, go jump off a cliff
Does it say
and
how
die
high?
like an idiot.
Oh. That is not a very useful manual.
That none of that's here.
Oh.
So that the hammer is considered a legendary object, right? Because I think we did a.
You've done several
Legend lores.
legend lores on it.
Can you do a targeted one? Like, I feel like an organization like this, the attunement's a whole ritual.
The description of the rules of legend lore are very clear that you can specify a person, place, object, just something. It has to be like a physical thing.
Yeah, I don't think you can say like a ritual.
Well, we can just keep legend lore in until we can find something.
we
if
figure
don't-
out-
And
how to
it will
explain it.
reveal the most widely known thing about it
That we don't know.
that you don't know. And you can do it multiple times and it will reveal
More and more.
the next most widely known, the next and the next. So presumably you can do that so long as you get down to like only one person ever knew this, but its secret will eventually be revealed, right? And it is the most widely known thing about that's centered around this, right? Whatever it is, even if it's not the most widely known right now, but the most widely known thing ever about it. That makes sense.
I appreciate that the description says that if it's not actually legendary, you hear sad musical notes played by a trombone and the spell fails. Implying
Does it say
Oh, it
that?
actually does say that.
I think that's a new addition
It might be.
because
It doesn't seem like the type of thing that would be in a serious spell.
are you looking that up on
Yeah,
on the official
We're looking
website?
at it right
I just
now
want to
because I didn't believe you either.
because I have looked up that spell rule. We've been using it for quite some time now,
This might be the new
And-
spell set rules.
and I feel like
Yeah, these are the 2024 rules.
yeah, I think that's a totally new addition to it because I do not remember that in the prior spell rules. That's hilarious.
What if I want to like learn the story of a legendary sad trombone song?
Then
That's
you
not a person, place, or location.
Well, it comes from a very specific
Or object.
trombone.
Well, Ulseth Rolf, I've looked around as much as I can, and I suddenly have an idea.
Okay.
I go out, and is there any damaged steel or metal armor anywhere? Can I find a piece of it, a breastplate, or even a greave or something?
Yeah, you have to look around a couple tents. I'm assuming you start to, just use your logic and reasoning, and you look in a few tents, and you find some various pieces of broken armor, like some short swords, knives, various things that are broken.
So I find a.
I think I understand where you're
I
going.
find a broken breastplate.
Sure.
A big piece. I take the hammer. I go repair. Let's say that repair. And
Do you do that with all your equipment?
You
Like
should
sword is like
concentrate.
stab.
and concentrate on the hammer and the notion of repairing and pound it on the broken armor.
Was blacksmithing something that your master taught you?
No, it doesn't matter. What we learn through legend lore is that the hammer will do whatever you want.
It will turn into any sort of hammer.
It will turn into any sort of hammer and do that sort of work. If you know how to master it, it will do anything any kind of hammer can do. And in this case, I want to see if it can repair a piece of armor. So I go repair and focus
You
as
should
much
say
as I
that in
possibly
Elvish.
can. I know that language, so I will say it in the 3 languages I know.
Costerian, yeah. Because Ilm Taro, I think, was from Costerian.
Say that thing you always say, and then stop saying because we didn't need to say it anymore.
Yeah, say Grustum Balim.
That won't have anything to do with it.
Just say it. What do you have to lose?
Graz dun Balim. And I'm saying and thinking
What's
repair.
this breastplate made out of?
It's made out of honkers.
And I'm trying to repair the armor with the hammer. So what happens?
Well, you broke
goes-
the DM, so
It goes and breaks the breastplate.
Okay, clang. Is
There you go.
that better?
That's better.
Clang.
Dear ear watchers,
She's doing an aside again.
twice in one session, I've had my players do something totally, utterly, mind-bogglingly unexpected. The first has resounding repercussions that I have yet to fully figure out. I mean, this is all totally improvisational, and that description that I gave earlier, completely off the top of my head, I had a totally different scene written for that. Totally different, and I didn't expect that at all. So we're in uncharted waters.
we're not on a
Now-
boat. You told us to get off the boat.
I had like a whole journey planned out that I was hoping Ulseth would follow, to the point where he finally realized that part of bonding with the hammer was the phrase "Grotz dun Balim."
So what are we going to do
And-
for the next 2 months?
And that whole story, that whole journey that I was gonna plan out, I planned it all out. That whole journey just concluded with "Grotz dun Balim." No more comedic sound effect could have ever possibly been added than I stand before you, confused, shocked, dismayed, and bewildered. Because I've never been defeated by before. But I have to stay true to the story that I wrote, which was that part of this was your former master leaving you clues that he imbued because he was the last one to gain the trust of Ilmtaro. He was the first one to wield the hammer in generations. That's why Grotz dun Balim worked on the door. That's why it's working now. As you have just entered up, down, left, right, R1, R2, A, B, yeah, up, down, enter, cheat code, and end run like another 15 sessions of figuring this out, I figured. But I can't just go, well, oh boy, the code I follow just got. So here we go. You are now fully bonded with the hammer of Ilmtaro as you perfectly repair the armor in front of you. And that is now and forever the new sound of repair when you use this hammer. Congratulations!
That seemed anticlimactic also.
What does that mean? Is that like implosion? I fixed the armor with the hammer.
So we don't play for a month, and then we come back and immediately just derail the whole...
We're speed running this campaign.
Like, normally you have to play the game a lot before you can speed run at this level and just, like, learn all the glitches.
So I'm gonna run into a wall for 3 seconds and see what happens.
Is there anything I can do to ruin my story arc?
I don't know. Maybe.
Like, we just fire a cannon and then just...
the funniest thing. Twice in one night. I have no idea what to do. Okay.
Well, what we're going to do, we're going to search the other tent.
Can we just, like, go to one of the ships and I just, like, get the idea to just, like, fire all the cannons on one side, and it just so happens that the Voices ship is just, like, coming by, and I just kill everyone on the ship?
Yeah, why not? That's the most likely thing to happen right now. Okay. So after 2 massive turns, 2 totally unexpected, unpredictable ends, you search the other tent.
Yeah, well, I was doing that while he was doing his weird hammer thing. That wasn't gonna work.
Yeah, so did any of us actually see him?
Searching the
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
did you bring the thing back, or did you just do it away from all of us?
Yeah, off on your own.
What's that, the armor?
Yeah, did you lug the armor all the way back to the room just to, like, do it in front of us?
Nine suggested you say Gradstone Valine, so... You were the one who actually suggested he said.
Yeah, so I guess I followed you.
You said, say the thing that you say.
Yeah, say the thing you say. And then you did.
Yeah, laughing. You said it laughingly because you think that phrase is somehow funny.
Well, the last time you need to say the phrase, I believe we had to be walked into it. Or no? Did we actually say it in front of the door?
No, we figured that one out.
Mm-hmm. It's been a while since we got to the door.
So all you needed was a key phrase.
Mm-hmm. Like, speak friend.
Oh. And you did do it in Elvish.
I did.
Ancient Elvish.
Does it work with all of it? Or
well,
just
I said it in the Elvish that I learned from Lon Firan.
Right.
Are you going to repair your armor now?
Just... That might take a little more than just...
Yeah, I was actually thinking of doing that until, and I said no. I'm not gonna just go.
You want to test it on something else first?
No, I'm not gonna do that. That would just be rude.
At
this point, I mean, you can give anything a try. Who knows? So you might, like, pull out the magical repairing needs that you just. I have no idea.
Technically, you have to unattune to one of your items, though, if you're attuning to that.
I would have to unattune to my cloak of fire immunity, probably.
Or your ring of evasion.
Mm-hmm.
Or your sword.
We have a hammer now. Wait, what is the damage on that hammer?
We don't know. He's literally never used it for anything other than that.
Other than that. That one thing.
Very first thing.
Yeah. He has... I don't even think I put it in his inventory yet.
Yeah.
So this will be interesting. Yeah. All right. That hilarious peanut cluster of things. You're searching the other tent.
The hands tent.
When you go there, you find that it looks like everything in there has been burned. But there wasn't a fire. It looks like all of the objects just started to...
Disintegrate?
No. It's almost like they were tossed in an oven, all of them. And they began to char, sear, burn away. But there was no fire in the tent. Like the heat came from the object itself.
I peek in my bag at the time scrolls that I took from this tent that are in a pocket dimension.
They're fine.
Okay.
Do we wander back in since I was with Ulsa?
Hey, what'd you guys do?
Oh, we sped run a character arc.
Oh.
I had learned
Me
how
too.
to repair. I had learned how to repair a piece of armor with the hammer.
Oh.
Hey, what happened in here? Everything looks burnt.
Yeah, don't ask.
Why? Because you don't know?
Is there anything at all in the tent that isn't charred?
No.
Try your hammer on the charred book.
Yeah.
I mean, the bed isn't. But
Hit this book with your hammer.
Yeah.
No,
Hit
hammers
that
do
with-
not fix books.
Why not?
Why not? You
What do you know
use
about
this
book
thing
binding?
one time.
What do you know about bookbinding? Hit it.
Gratstun Balim.
That's not the sound it makes.
It's
we've been over this. It's
Do I have to do that every time?
Yes.
oh yes.
God.
You did
Oh
it.
yes.
It was just like I'm tired,
You
and it just happened. It wasn't.
here's the infernal pact that we just made. You got to speedrun your character arc on accident. I get to make you make a funny noise every time you do something with
That
it.
includes hitting enemies with it, by the way. It won't do damage unless you hit them with that noise.
That's the infernal pact we just made.
I'm gonna roll a lucky here. No, I used up all of my stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What were you rolling lucky for?
I was going to undo this. I was going to do.
The only way you can undo this is some time magic, and who knows where we're gonna find that.
Yeah.
Like some real lifetime
Yeah,
magic.
you
at this
want
point.
to
We
do
need to-
real lifetime.
I want to do real life.
Because you feel like you missed out on all of your
well,
your
We need to
story
go.
now.
We need to like find a DeLorean, build some magical made-up stuff into it that looks like a Y, then get struck by lightning, and go at a speed that the car can't actually accelerate to.
And then
miles an hour.
88 miles an hour.
I couldn't do that. Huh?
No, the DeLorean rather famously couldn't actually go that fast because it had an underpowered engine and a stainless steel body.
yeah, and because if you actually did go 88 miles an hour, you can actually go back in time in a DeLorean. So they had to make sure that
So I have
doesn't
to make
happen.
sure it didn't
Yeah,
happen.
yeah, but interestingly enough, even more interesting than that is the DeLorean can skip over that and do 8. It can do 87. It can do 89. It just can't do 80. It just and you just like skip over a spot.
That's
and
the
you're-
time thing.
Yeah, it's like a default loop, and then you're going faster, and then you're okay. Yeah, so the DeLorean can't do 88 miles an hour. It can do 87. It can do 89.
Okay. On the request of Zoria, Ulset's Ralph, it's the book.
It the I have the hammer and what I've written for it pulled up.
Should I do a?
No, that won't do anything. I'm just looking at this.
I still need
right
to
in the
learn
description, so it doesn't change anything with the
should be done.
book.
Have you repaired your armor yet?
I'm going to wait until I am more proficient with this hammer.
And we're not in the middle of a
In
enemy
in the
camp.
middle of an enemy camp.
With one of their leaders'
and
weapons.
we have been mostly dead, mostly for quite a while, and that we have no spells or.
Well, I don't think there's anything of use in the hands, Tim.
Wait, did we tell Solaf what we were doing, or did we just wander off to a boat?
Also, just kept talking about a boat, and then we walked.
This is what happened from Soloth's perspective. I gotta find a long That's basically what happened from Soloth's perspective. You just walked off muttering about a boat.
So
Funny enough, that's how most people end up buying a boat. It's just
They wander off in a direction muttering about a boat.
I need a boat.
So is there
Why? I have too much money.
is there like a dinner being served in the buffet in the mess tent?
No.
No, they're dying.
There must be people were. Not everybody went underground.
The whole camp is now currently in medical triage mode.
Yeah.
The whole camp, huh?
So let's go teleport home.
Which is
Drogomara.
okay.
Yeah.
Just
So we
wanted
go
to be clear.
regroup.
Is
have a
everyone
house.
coming with us?
Well, we have 2 scrolls.
Yeah, the house is supposed to be under repair,
Yeah.
so or renovation.
And that's been a while.
Yeah, that was like 6 months ago.
we should check
Probably.
in on that and make sure we're getting our money's worth.
So, we'll go back to the group. We'll figure out who's going with who. So the Serpentis 6 have a scroll. So they'll go with maybe the divorcees.
I don't know. Why
They
don't
can make
you
a
ask
super
them?
group.
Okay.
So
Yeah, but they obviously talked about what they were doing while we were gone.
Yeah. Hey,
What
we're
they
back.
decide.
we're back.
We can't take the boats with us.
Why would we take the boat with us?
You know how hard it is to get a free boat?
Free?
Yeah.
I mean, we seem to keep like getting boats every time we go looking for them, so it seems easy.
Well, we usually steal them.
Heist.
No,
So
we stole it.
you who are the Serpentis 6, we are planning to go back to Drogomara to our house to see how the renovations are coming along.
And tell the people who hired us the mission's complete.
Well, yes, that, and see if there is a bonus.
Well,
Is it that you wish to come with us, or you have other plans?
I mean, I guess we should all head back together.
Then shall we try to use just one of the scrolls?
Yeah, can we keep one?
We can give it a shot.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Let
Okay,
us-
we all
suppose if we-
penguin up. Just we get really close.
Who's gonna cast the scroll? I got Sevens. Sonara, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Do you want to come back, or do you want to hang out in this lifeless desert?
I'm gonna go back with
Okay.
you guys.
Okay.
If you're still fine with me hanging around.
Yeah.
Oh, is
Okay.
Dora still with us?
Doris, where
Yeah,
does
Doris.
Doris go?
Doris is went off to help his friends.
Oh, okay. Seems fair.
Did they get their memory back?
Don't know.
You have
they
no
know
idea?
they have
Oh, wait,
friends.
let's go find them and hit them with the hammer.
That's how it works, I think.
It might.
What are we doing now?
We're going home.
Doris, we've come to jog your memory.
We won't know if it works until we try.
Okay, so we have
we done
the
this
Serpentis
before?
6, the Divorcees, Solath and Preal, Sonara, Artemore, Sevens, the 3 of us, Holwyn.
How come you say the 3 of us, but you don't count the Serpentis 6 as like multiple people?
What do you mean?
Do we need to have an accurate count of how many are going?
No, it's magic.
Oh, well, let us go.
Is there anyone we're forgetting?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Can I do a memory check?
I think
you-
you just did.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I failed. So
So we all penguin up. Who's casting the scroll this time? Stu?
Well, Stu could, Marwin can. That's
let's
the
have Stu do
divorcee
it.
caster.
Or I could.
You could. Nines could.
I'll do it. Give me
Okay.
your scroll, Stu.
Oh, here you go.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can you not read it?
You don't have to read it, it's magic.
Then why do you even need to look at it then? Is Artemar casting the
You
spell?
not cast an arcane
I am practicing
scroll
my
before?
reading.
No, but sure, I'll figure it out. I'm trained in Arcana. Carry the 3.
There's no number.
Listen, I got this. I was trained in Druidic magic.
That's
That isn't what this is.
that's not the magic this draws from. Do you want me to? Do you want me to cast it?
Wait, why'd you spell it?
What do you mean? I was seeing what kind of vellum it was made out of. It's calf skin.
Can I activate the spell?
I mean, you are able
touch
to
my
do that,
scroll.
yeah. But Sora has got this the scroll.
Dole gave me this scroll. Or gave Stu this scroll.
So we have ours. We just stole his appendixes.
Artemore starts reading.
Yes.
Is that the sound cast? Do you have to say that every time you cast?
Rugmara.
Do you need me to get it?
No, I got it. I'll figure it out.
Because
Do you need inspiration?
I'm reading.
I'm trying to do that.
Zori is getting
I
it
feel
wrong.
like you've demonstrated a lot that you actually have training and
She's getting
Arcana.
it.
arcana. And
Yeah, I know. I'm just messing with you all, and I cast it.
think you'll do better.
Anyone could do better. Anything could do better.
As you're saying this, we already teleported. Mid-teleport.
Are we in front of our house?
I don't know. We'll see. She's rolling dice. Do I have to roll dice? Can I roll dice? I want to roll dice.
Yeah, I want to roll dice too. Can we all roll dice?
we'll find out what happens when we come back next week.
I left the hammer behind, didn't I?
That would be the funniest thing.
On that
We're going to be stuck
On
inside
that note-
solid stone.
the cliffhanger of did the teleport scroll work? We'll end this.
Maybe
week's
we'll be
session.
hanging off a cliff the next session.
We can just fall. We have Featherfall. I have Featherfall. I don't know
So-
about the rest of you.
I hope that you all enjoyed that. I know I'm gonna spend
A while.
a while figuring out
What's happening?
what I'm doing next. In the meantime, remember, stay safe. Take care of yourselves.
Don't
We love
try
you.
to open sardine cans on your belly with a bar.
That's good advice. Bye-bye.